What is up, Motorfest racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. I'm here today with the Porsche 911 GT. This is the 993. This car is fantastic. Chef's kiss in Tier 2 Street, and I really like it. Quuub set this one up, and it really blew me away. When I was looking at the settings, I was like, what is this thing? But after driving it and setting some laps in it and doing some grand race, which I will show you after the tune, it's really sturdy. So let's dig into the pro settings and let me show you what I've got. Bear with me as the screen goes black. It always happens when I tab back into the game. Alright guys, so the 993, I do run on comfort traction control. For those of you guys that maybe don't know how to set that up, if you go into options and then go down to difficulty and then scroll down to traction control, it is right there, and I run on comfort. I recommend that for all the cars right now. It's just faster, you guys. As much as that's a pain for me to say, it makes them zoom. So set it up for comfort if you want to get the most out of this car. Alright, for the settings, we will go into the styling portion first. There's a fair amount you can do with this car, you guys. A couple different hoods, lots of different front bumpers. You can do a wide body kit with it. I'm highly going to recommend that. I think the wide body kit looks sweet. I've got the carbon fenders on there. They look really good. For vanity, make sure you guys are doing some kind of vanity tires that brings those rims out further away from the car. If you're looking at the tie rods there, you can see on the inside, as we shift, see how those wheels are coming in? What we're doing is, and you can actually see the tie rod move a little bit. Let me switch between those two. See how there's an extension on that tie rod where it bolts up and it actually brings it out from the body? This is the first car that I've done a video on where I can actually show you that. But what we're doing is we're trying to get those tie rods out as far away from the vehicle as possible. And so in this case, the Patriot line tires that I have, but there's a lot of custom tires that do that. Pick whatever ones, and I'll kind of highlight it here. What we're looking right here, see those two bolts? Those disappear when we go to other sets of tires. So these two vanity tires have that, and these ones don't. Even though that has a wider tread, we're not chasing the tread. We are chasing the distance away from the inside of the car. I know I sound like a broken record, but there's always new people coming to the channel, and I want to make sure I touch on that. The current methodology is the further out you can get those wheels or the rims themselves from the inside of the car, the more stability you've got, and it makes the car handles a little better. I've not been able to totally validate that, so it's a little bit of tinfoil hat action, but why not? It does look good with some wide tires on it, so go ahead and do that, you guys. Alright, so for the pro settings, Quuub set this one up. I really do enjoy it. Final drive is all the way long. That way you've got that top speed in the grand race. Grip front 100%, grip rear also 100%. Brake balance, we are going to fade that to the front. We're going 65% towards the front. Brake power 100%. Load front on the arrow is maxed out. Load on the rear for the arrow is all the way to the left, full Beyonce, 30% negative. So run that all the way slider to the left. Spring front, you are minus 20%. You're going to soften up the front a lot. So slide that slider all the way to the left on the front. And then we are stiffening up the rear. You're going to go plus 10% in the back. So minus 20, plus 10 for your springs. For the damper compression, you're going to go plus 13% on the front, going to go stiff. And then for the damper compression rear, you're going to go negative 10% and soften up the rear compression. For the damper rebound, you're going to go plus 7% on the front, and damper rebound rear, you're going to go plus 10%. We're stiffening up that rebound a little bit, guys. For the ARB, which is your anti-roll bars, we're going minus 20% soft in the front, and we're going plus 10% in the rear. So we're going full left and then full right on those sliders. For your alignment, you're going to go negative 25% in your front camber. So slide the slider full Beyonce to the left there, and then the camber in the rear, you're going to go the opposite direction. You're going to go full 25% and just slide those sliders opposite directions. When I first saw this tune, I was like, I feel like you just totaled the car. Like, I haven't even driven this car set up this way, and I just feel like it's totaled. But it's really stable. You guys are going to see that in the gameplay footage. It's a great setup. Quuub knocked it out of the park with this one. He spent a lot of time honing it in. It's a personal car for a lot of the guys in the crew right now, and it's very rapidly becoming my favorite over the Corvette ZR1. So if you haven't bought the ZR1 yet, and maybe you want to lean into that Porsche game, grab the 993, which is the 911 GT 1996, and I think you guys are really going to like it. It's a Slayer. I really am very happy with it. I think it looks great. There's not a lot of cars that I just get giddy when I drive it because of the way they look, but this is one of them, and it's got a great exhaust note. You can just hear the turbo when you're shifting gears, and you don't have to put on any of the weird sound profiles that some of the cars have. So this one's just, like I say, the chef's kiss. It's great. Stay tuned for the gameplay footage. I run it on the test track to see how it does, and then we also run it in a grand race and get a W with it as well. So overall, it's got a winning pedigree, and I'm very happy with it. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that button right now, so that way you're up to date on all the good tunes that we do here, and that way you get notifications when I go live. I stream all the time, and I'd love to have you guys along for the ride and the streams, and maybe we can jump into a grand race together. I usually do that with a lot of people, and it's a good time. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Here we are on my test track. I use Creating a Legend. It is the first race in the Lamborghini playlist. I've got the Porsche 911 GT 993 equipped. I set all the parts to where like it would be for nitrous, and I don't use nitrous. So basically it's just a full set of 750 parts, and nothing else really changes there. For the difficulty options, I run on the hardest difficulty. I have pretty much everything turned off, including nitro, and then I run gearbox sequential, traction control is comfort, and ABS is on, and then everything else is off. So let's see what we can do around this track. The Corvette did a 228. I think this car is absolutely capable of that. I prefer the handling of this a little bit more. Corvette's great, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy it, but I think this 911 gets it done in a little bit different manner. So the biggest deal is just getting through this first corner clean without interacting with the AI too much, and we did that perfectly. So that'll be the last time we have to worry about them. And that's why I like to run with this difficulty of AI. If you can kind of just brush off from a little bit on your entry, it makes getting around the track pretty easy. Mind you, this is not the fastest setup for this car on this track. Shortening up the gear ratios and stuff would do that, but it's the tune we use for the grand race, so that way you have the top speed, which it has a very good top speed. But it gives us an idea kind of for a like-can-like comparison when we're setting everything up for the grand race. Well, how's it do around the tight tracks? How's it do on the curbs? Getting on the brakes here, turning in. And I really like the way this car handles off throttle. You just get out of the gas for just a moment, and it just turns in really, really predictably and allows you to accelerate really hard. Only in fifth for a second here as we get on the brakes and turn in. A little bump on the wall is not going to be too bad. We're in good shape. I think if you guys did not pick up the ZR1, but you're still looking to fill that street tier 2 car slot, this is one to put in the garage. It just looks so tight. There's so many different ways you can set it up and tune it and make it look, you know, your own. And the wide body kit's nice, because the methodology that we believe right now is that wide body kits make the car feel more stable. And, you know, tinfoil hat or not, feels like it, so I like it. We pretty much stay in fifth the entire track. No need to dip into sixth gear because we don't ever get there. I just love that you don't have to hit the brakes for the car to turn in really good. You can just get off the throttle and the car just turns very predictably, very quick. It just feels very agile and allows you to point the car and put it where you'd like. And that's something that a fast car is going to do for you. If you can control it, you're going to be faster because of that. Ooh, we got a little slide, a little sideways there. Not too bad. Gonna run a 228.9. That's almost dead even with what the ZR1 did. And so these are very, very similar cars. And I really like the ZR1 for Street Tier 2, so I think this suits it very well. Let me show you what we've got for a grand race. Alright, we are here in the grand race. Got our cars selected. A couple cars you guys haven't seen yet that I will be putting on the channel soon. That Revington's really good. I'll probably have that out in the next day or two once I get it finally tuned. Right now I'm just driving it stock, but I'm really happy with it. Bolide's cracked as can be. We're still finalizing the perfect setup for that. But then that Porsche GT3 is why we are here today. So So let me break that down for you here in a little bit once we get it going. It's kind of a unique tune on it, but it definitely gets it done. These nerds. Let's break away from these guys. It's not enough. They're still gonna have drafts. Dang it. Alright, then we'll let the stuff charge because they're gonna all pass us here shortly. Just like that. In the draft, you're going top speed, so like right now we're all just maxed out 258 or whatever. 257, I think, in this car. Oh, he brought me into his skill issue. Tried to take me with him. Both of those guys went out for a vacation on the beach. Later, suck it, nerds. Let's go save our nitrous for this hairpin left. Alright, now we can kind of run away a little bit here. Maybe. Use all of our nitrous because we're about to switch cars into our hypercar. Check out this Lambo, you guys. It's coming soon. In stock trim, it slides a little bit, but man, it feels good to drive. And it looks really cool. Little flaps on the side, folding up and stuff. Just so tight. Such a unique car. Oh, it kind of got us held up in the wall. Upon applying the brakes, it straightened out the car instead of letting us turn in. That's one thing I will be needing to fade the brakes a little to the front on this one. But it accelerates hard. I mean, it just is lightning out of the corners. And because it's all-wheel drive, we can eat up the dirt shortcuts like that with confidence. Wherein like the Agera or the Regera or the Koenigsegg 1 or a lot of the other rear-wheel drive cars, you got to be kind of touchy when you're going through the dirt sections of the track just because they want to kill you. It's not that they want to kill you. They would just rather be spinning out than going straight. Man, this thing is like an airplane too. But man, it is fast. Maybe I'll take this gameplay footage and use it for this car. Lots of brakes. Alright, and the reason we're all here is for this really pretty Porsche. Just use all of our nitrous to get up to cruising speed because this is the straightaway portion of the track. I think this is a wonderful alternative to the Corvette ZR1 because a lot of people do like the Porsches. I love the way this thing looks. That wide body kit on there is just so fresh. It's pretty fast too. It feels like it accelerates a little faster than the Vet, so it definitely has a lot going for it. Wide body kit's nice on it too. Turns in really nice. Gas stations on both sides of the road here. I don't understand that. It's like, hey man, this looks like a good spot to play at a gas station. Sir, we already have a gas station at that location. No. Across the street. Sir, we're not going to sell additional gas because we have it across the street. But our competitors wouldn't be able to buy that location. We're the only gas station on the whole island. We have no competitors. Buy the land. It's like, I don't know. I feel like the devs maybe didn't communicate a lot. They're just like, yeah, put a gas station on both sides. I have questions. But we are running away with this one. And that's just a combination of pretty good cars. The Revington I'm still tuning out and trying to figure stuff out with it, so like I'm still testing and driving. Like decided pretty much during this gameplay that I do need to fade the brakes a little more to the front. I thought it was good out of the gate, but there's a couple times that upon braking it was straightening out. With this one, I drove it a handful before Quuub got to it, and the changes that I made improved it, but the big swings that he put on here to really just get it the most out of certain things with the car, it feels really planted, very stable. And even though this is more of a boring race to watch it go, it is very fast. We can get a little bit of cockpit view going here. One thing I don't care for about that, see how much his hands are turning? Like, when you're going straight, your little driver just like he's really driving the car a lot. And we're not giving it any thumbstick input. But this Porsche GT3 or 993 911 GT is really quite good. I like it a lot. I think it's a very pretty car. And I appreciate all you guys for watching and hanging out with me. Hopefully you enjoyed the tune. Thank you guys so much. You have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.